Smith. I am here to interview James about this fall's season's golf. How many wins/losses do you have?
Right now, our team is 1-3.
What is your biggest challenge in golf?
My biggest challenge in golf is staying mentally tough through the ups and downs. You have to keep a strong mind when you're playing bad.
What is the best part of being a part of a team?
The team dinners are great. It's fun to get together with all your team and just hang out and eat dinner together.
What strengths do you have that you believe that makes you a great athlete?
Like I said before, it's the mental toughness. Staying confident through the bad matches is important to me being a good athlete.
Describe your worst sports performance and what did you learn from this experience?
My worst sports performance, I'd say, was the second match. I played really bad and I lost all my mental toughness, so I just kept playing worse and worse throughout the round.
Describe your major highlights and achievements in golf.
I'd say 2 matches ago, we got our first win in a few years, so that was really great. I'd say that's my best achievement.
Thank you for meeting with me today and have a great rest of your season.
Here I have 4 chicken breasts that I'm going to pat dry very well and then line them on the baking sheet before taking off the excess fat. This is just going to be rubbery and tough during the cook. Then I'm going to season generously with salt on both sides before putting it into the fridge to kind of chill out. This will deeply season the chicken and give us a nice, tender, nicely seasoned final product. In the meantime, we're going to chop our veggies. Here I have 1 yellow onion that I'm going to finely dice. Then I'm going to peel an apple and give it the same treatment. Then I'm going to peel some ginger using a spoon, my favorite technique, and chop that up and then mince some garlic. Then I'm going to chop up squash in half and a couple sweet potatoes in half. Then we'll take our chicken out of the fridge and pat them dry and season with black pepper. Then in a Dutch oven or heavy bottom pot, I'm going to add enough avocado oil to coat the bottom. You want a neutral flavored oil here because you don't really want it to burn. Then I'm going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of butter and let that melt a bit before dropping in 2 of our chicken breasts. Then we'll let those sear on one side and then flip it to the other side to get a nice crust as well. Then we'll sear off the rest of our chicken in the remaining oil. And then to get a little more flavor out of the butter that I'm totally burning in this pot, we're going to add in our halved squash and get it a little bit of color before taking it out. Then we're going to use the moisture in our apples and onion to get the fond off the bottom of the pot. And then after those have sauteed for a few minutes, we'll add in our aromatics and then add in our apple cider after that's become fragrant. Then we're going to add about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of chicken stock and then put in our sweet potato, squash, and chicken breasts into the pot. Make sure they're all submerged so that everything cooks evenly. And then we're going to bring this up to a simmer and let it simmer covered on low heat for 20 minutes. Then after 20 minutes, we'll take the lid off, give everything a nice little stir, and then let it simmer uncovered for 20 more minutes. After 20 more minutes of simmering, check if your sweet potatoes are done. It should come apart pretty easily. And then we're going to take out our chicken, our sweet potatoes, and then our squash. Now we're going to turn the braising liquid into a sauce by bringing it up to high heat and then adding about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch slurry, which is just 1 tablespoon of water and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch mixed together. This is going to help thicken it, and it'll save us a bunch of time from having to reduce it a bunch. Now we're going to take our thickened braising liquid and spoon it over the top of our chicken and root vegetables. Lastly, we're going to finish off with a little green. Here I have some freeze-dried chives, and there we go. Here's your apple cider braised chicken. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be interviewing Stoughton football player Devin Rossi. Devin, thanks for being here with me today.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so you guys are going into the fourth game of the season this week versus OA. You guys are looking to push the streak to 14 years in a row. How are you feeling about the game?
Feeling pretty good.
How have you been preparing for today's game?
We've been putting a lot of work in, on and off the field, film, weights, running, doing everything and we possibly can to get this W.
Alright, Devin, walk me through your pregame routine.
Pre-game routine usually starts with a burrito from Chipotle and a Red Bull. And then, we go in the locker room, get hyped up, get ready for the game.
Alright, Devin, last question here. Do you think you guys are going to win today, and what do you think the score is going to be?
I think we're going to come through with the W. I think it's going to be a close game, but can never say the exact score.
Alright, that's all. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to SHSTHIS This Month. I'm here with Jason, myself, Alex, and Josh, and we're here to cover the recent hurricane.
Hurricane Lee's the name of the storm. It came to us like last Saturday, and now we switch over to Josh.
As you can see, the category number gets lower and lower, and as it creeps towards mass, it turns into a Category 2 hurricane, where it reaches speeds with 96 to 110 miles per hour. We're now going back to Alex and Jason.
So as new news coverage just said and put out an emergency warning and told us to prepare for the storm that's coming, fortunately the storm just swept right past us, so we didn't get anything at all.
Yeah, the most we got was some cloudy skies and a little bit of rain, but the hurricane was not as big as it could have been. Back to Josh.
Thank you for watching SHS This Month. This is Josh.
This is Alex.
And this is Jason.
Hello and welcome to the first annual SpongeBob character bracket. I'm Kyle Peliquin and I'm joined by Marissa, Jack Tracy, and Josh. Starting off, we're looking at Squilliam versus Karen. Marissa?
Okay, well, we're going with Karen's a robot, and Squilliam is, I'm guessing, a squid, and you want to put a robot and a squid together, the robot's obviously going to devour and eat down.
I feel like this is a gimme. Squilliam, he's richer, he's more impressive, more talented. What does Karen do? Nothing. In my opinion, Squilliam easily takes this bracket.
I'm going to have to go with Squilliam on this one. No reasoning.
Moving on to the second round, we're looking at Bubble Buddy versus Squidward Tentacles. Marissa?
I'm going with Bubble Buddy because everyone loves him, so I automatically wins.
We got two strong contenders here. It could be really any of them, but Squidward, he's just iconic. More episodes, you really learn about Squidward. I'd say Squidward is a gimme here. Definitely Squidward.
I'm going to have to go with Squidward because I relate to him a lot.
Moving on to round three, we're looking at Patchy the Pirate or Mrs. Puff. Marissa starting off.
I'll go with Mrs. Puff because she's just so big. She wins automatically. She's so big and she can puff up. Go.
I'm a big Patchy the Pirate guy. I really am, but Mrs. Puff, there's no better teacher than her, I'm not going to lie. Maybe one day SpongeBob will pass.
On to the fourth round, we're looking at the Hash Slinging Slasher or SpongeBob SquarePants. Marissa?
SpongeBob, he's like the main character.
Don't even gotta explain it. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
5 of the first round of the bracket, we're looking at David Hasselhoff or Bubble Bass. Marissa?
Bubble Bass, period. He wins automatically. Look at his size, look at his stature, look at his stats. Okay? And we're going with David Hasselhoff. What does he have on Bubble Bass? Max. You sure?
Definitely David Hasselhoff. Like, come on now. He literally shot SpongeBob and Patrick out of his pecs. Bubble Bass ain't doing that. Definitely Hasselhoff, without a doubt.
Wait, what? I'm gonna have to go with David Hasselhoff.
Round 6, we're looking at Patrick versus Sandy. Marissa?
I'm going with Sandy because they're already scared of her. Patrick and SpongeBob. Look back to the hibernation episode when they were running for their lives. Go back to when they brought up Texas, running for their lives again. So I'm going with Sandy.
Patrick, without a doubt. Come on now.
You relate to him?
He's iconic. I do.
Of course you relate to him. Who he is.
I'm gonna have to go with Patrick.
Round 7 of the first. We're looking at Plankton versus Doodle Bob. Starting off, Marissa.
Doodle Bob. Period.
You know, love Plankton. Great guy, with Doodle Bob, that man scares me. So I'm going Doodle Bob. He gave me nightmares as a kid.
Okay, bro.
Boy.
I have to go with Doodle Bob.
Last round of the start of the bracket. We're looking at Mr. Krabs versus Larry. Marissa.
Mr. Krabs. Period.
Easily Eugene Krabs, without a doubt. Come on now.
I'd say Mr. Krabs on this one.
Starting off second round of the bracket, we're looking at Squilliam versus Squidward Tentacles. Marissa?
I'm going with Squidward. I don't know, man, that clarinet playing skill, solos, it's just too good. It just, lulls you right to sleep.
This is definitely a matchup of the bracket. Now, it's tricky, but I'm going to have to go with Squilliam. He was on the cover of House Fancy.
Wait. I'm gonna have to go with Squidward on this.
Moving on to the second round, we're looking at Mrs. Puff versus SpongeBob SquarePants, that is. Marissa?
Saying that SpongeBob SquarePants' whole life depends on that little driver's license, and Mrs. Puff is still just so big and large and ginormous. I'm going with Mrs. Puff again.
I don't know what she's talking about. SpongeBob easily beats Mrs. Puff. It's not even a contest.
I'm gonna have to go with SpongeBob.
Our first annual SpongeBob bracket, we have found a winner. Winner being Squidward Tentacles from Bikini Bottom. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm Patrick Moriarty here with SHS this month, and I'm here with
Aiden Moriarty.
So, how are you feeling playing your first year for SHS?
I like it a lot. It's, the sports are good. Yeah.
All right. How confident in your team are you and your opponents as well?
We play Easton this week, actually, Saturday. Yeah, I think we're going to win because we're just that tough.
What have you been doing to train for this season?
We practice, and then we watch film.
What position are you currently playing this season?
Wide receiver, punter, kicker, safety. That's about it.
All right, and what are your favorite positions to play?
I like playing wide receiver, and I also like playing defense, so safety, yeah.
All right. This has been Patrick Moriarty alongside Aiden Moriarty. Back to SHS this month.